Leah Fries, and I am an art teacher at Unadilla Valley High School. Today we are going to look at potato stamps, and I'm going to demonstrate how to create your own stamps using potatoes. I have a couple of examples here. I did a heart on one side, and I did a cat on the other side. I have also been experimenting with using acrylic paint and watercolor paint that I find that is most effective for doing these. If you have tempera paint or anything like that, like a water-based paint, that's ideal for this. You need paintbrushes, a cup of water, paper towel, a knife to cut your potatoes in half, a fork for carving, a couple toothpicks on hand for carving, and any other thing you might have that is sharp and pointy that you can use to carve. Obviously, you want to seek help from an adult to do some of these steps. So the first example I'm going to show you is carving out a design on a potato. As you can see, I took a potato and I sort of cut it into different pieces so that I could make multiple stamps. You can use the front and the back as well. So I could probably cut this one more time. I could get another stamp on that side. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my toothpick. I find the toothpick is the easiest to use if you want to draw something. That's how I did the cat on this one and the heart. So right now I'm just going to make an abstract design with just shapes. So I'm going to draw a triangle in the middle, and then from there I'm going to kind of just create some kind of pattern. Okay, so once you have a design created, I'm going to use my paintbrush, and I'm just going to use some acrylic paint, and I'm going to brush the surface. Now if you have like a old credit card or anything like that, this could help to sort of squeegee off the surface so that the paint only stays in the cracks. But what I'm going to do first, I'm going to take a piece of scrap paper. I have some computer paper here, and I'm going to do what we could say a test print. Okay, just to see if I like the design, if I should add anything to it. Okay, you might have to do a couple stamps to really see the image, because the first stamp is always sort of like really saturated with color and paint. Sometimes I'll even wipe it off with a paper towel so you can really sort of see the design better. And make sure you're pressing firmly and evenly. It always takes a couple stamps it took me 3 times to sort of see my design fully. Okay, so after doing that, I guess I'm pretty happy with it, so I'm going to leave it as is. I could probably, let's see if I can get one more stamp out of this until I have to reload it with paint. Yeah, actually, by the 4th time, I was able to see my image a lot better. Okay. Alright, so we can also experiment with watercolor. So any kind of watercolor will work, or if you have gouache, that will work. With the watercolor though, you want to be careful not to overload your watercolor with a lot of extra water, or you're going to have a really runny stamp. It might not be very clear. It'll be very faded. For this, I'm just going to cover the cat area because I only want the cat. I don't need the whole potato to be covered with paint. And again, it's going to take a couple of stamps until you've reached the desired design. So by my 3rd attempt, maybe the 4th attempt, by my 4th attempt, 1, 2, 3, 4, I was able to get the design that I liked and I wanted. Okay, so now that I have some designs here, I'm going to create some artwork with it. So I have another piece of computer paper, or if you have like a sketchbook or any kind, like a watercolor paper will work. Really any kind of paper will work for this. You can make a card maybe. Make a card, fold this in half. I'm just going to use some computer paper. And I'm going to keep my scrap paper though on hand because Remember, you want to do a couple of stamps before you do your final stamp. So, and for me it took 4 stamps until the stamp looked right. Okay, so I'm going to do watercolor for the cat, the blue, again. And I'm going to do my 4 test stamps first, or 3 rather, because I'm going to do the 4th one on my paper. Okay, 4th one's going on the paper. Make sure you're pressing firmly and evenly. I'm going to incorporate some markers into this artwork, and I'm actually going to draw the body of my cat. Okay, so I'm going to do that by just drawing a it's going to be the back leg and the tail. Okay, there's my cat with its body. I wanted to keep it sort of abstract and simple. I might get creative with some other colors. Maybe I create a background for my cat. Okay. I could also create like interesting textures and fur for my cat, maybe a pattern. I really like the artist Lori Birch. I'm really inspired by her cat designs. If you want to look, she creates these really colorful cat drawings, and they're like bold outline drawings with really beautiful patterns and shapes. So I would definitely recommend searching that artist and maybe get some inspiration from her. I have my heart as well. I might, if you want to create multiple stamps, maybe come up with a theme. I'm going to just, for this one, I'm just going to paint the inside of the heart, and then I could stamp that around. I didn't do a test print, so, that's kind of cool. Maybe one more. So that's how you make